Hey everybody, it's Pastor Mark. Hope this finds you well. I want to help you get ready for this Sunday, November 2nd, give you a few updates and help you anticipate one thing even for next week as well. This weekend is in our culture where we fall back, where we turn our clocks back an hour, so you'll get an extra hour of sleep or however you want to use it Saturday night coming into Sunday. But just make sure you take note of that, because if you miss it, you're going to show up to church very early. You might be coming to the service and end up you're actually going to be in Sunday school. So enjoy that extra hour. But speaking of change, one thing I wanted to at least briefly highlight on this video, for those of you that weren't able to come to our members meeting last Sunday night, is that we're having a lot of changes out on the horizon for us as a church family, as God continues to bless us as a church and grow us as a church. One of the things we shared about last Sunday night at the members meeting was that starting in the new year on January 11th, we're actually going to be planning to have 2 worship services on Sunday mornings it'll probably be a prolonged but temporary season as we look longer term into the future of how we can grow as a church but be still united and worshiping as one. We'll share some more about that Sunday morning for those that weren't able to be there, but be on the lookout for communication about that and be open with us about any questions or concerns that you may have as we head toward that in the new year. So a lot of changes on the horizon, but we'll do our best to keep you informed along the way. But this Sunday morning, I get the privilege of preaching the whole chapter of Ecclesiastes 4. So we'll take that at a large clip, but it has a lot to teach us about our need for companionship and fellow human beings and fellow Christians to live life with. So I'm looking forward to being able to be back in the pulpit and preach from that text. We're also going to have a special guest with us. We're going to have a representative from LifeWise. It's a ministry that's spreading around the country where churches and local Christians can actually be able to teach the scriptures to children who are students in public schools, even during school time. And so that's starting up here in our community, and we wanted to give you a chance to hear a little bit more about it. They're going to have a table set up in the lobby if you'd like to learn about what it is, how you might be able to volunteer, how you could support financially, things like that. And so we're going to be sharing some videos on social media and in our weekly email to share a little bit more about that ministry, so you can look for that in those communications and channels. And then 2 other things. One, again on Sunday evening, with it being November already, this Sunday and being the first Sunday of the month, we're going to have our monthly prayer gathering. Pastor Rod is going to be leading that at 6 o'clock Sunday night here at the church. We'll take time to pray about this transition to 2 worship services, pray for unity, pray for patience, pray for grace, pray for God's blessing and favor to still be on our church as we enter into that new step of faith. And then the last thing, just thinking ahead to next week, we're going to have one of our deep dives on Wednesday night, November the 5th. TJ Zinke, who just preached last Sunday, is going to teach again. And as we're going through the book of Ecclesiastes, one of the subjects that will come up several times is the subject of aging. The inevitability of it, the difficulty of it, but also some of the blessing of it as we get closer to eternity. And so he's going to be teaching on that subject of aging this Wednesday at 6 p.m. here at the church. And so you don't have to sign up for that. You can just show up for that, and I hope you do. But guys, as always, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.